I'm not talking about election stuff here, but I have to say I came across something the other day that, uh, in a way, it tickled me, and in a way, it was sort of like, oh, this is just so typical of the way things are today. It's crazy. They say it's clown world, upside down world. They say, it's an inverted world. All of that is true. Um, so what I saw was this uh, was this video where Liz Cheney told some guy who's interviewing her that her father, Dick Cheney, uh, former Vice President Dick Cheney, would be voting for Kamala Harris, and the crowd all applauded. And it was sort of like, okay, so that was this crowd's response to hearing that Dick Cheney would be voting for Kamala Harris. Maybe if I read the comments under this video, then maybe the response won't be so positive. Because I remember the early aughts. I remember the aughts, not just the early aughts. I remember the Bush era. I remember Dick Cheney being absolutely loathed and hated and despised by anyone and everyone on the left. I remember that distinctly. And they were right. The thing is, they were right to despise him because he was a despicable neocon warmonger. He was. No question about it. So, if I'm a liberal and it's 2004, let's say, and I hear that Dick Cheney is endorsing my candidate, that makes me think, well, whew, maybe I should rethink, or, that disturbs me a little that he supports the same candidate that I do, but maybe he's got his own reasons for doing so, but I still support the candidate anyway. Something like that. Or people just being shocked. Or people just being like, I don't care who that demon that that probably staged 9/11, that brought all this on, that brought on this militarization of American society, and started wars across the world, and dug for oil in the polar ice caps, and whatever else he did. He was in every way. He was an oil man. He was a rich magnate, neocon. He was everything that liberals despised in the aughts. And now, when they hear Dick Cheney's voting for the candidate they like, I mean, it's just one comment after another. Like, wow, yeah, good for Dick Cheney. All right. One person put it even like, wow, if even Dick Cheney is supporting my candidate, then that must really mean my candidate is the right candidate to support. And that must really mean that the opposition to my candidate is wrong. Like, what? That's your mindset? Like, I don't know when this rehabilitation of Dick Cheney happened on the left. When did that happen? If there happened to be anybody watching this video who remembers the aughts and can tell me without cognitive dissonance uh, why Dick Cheney supporting your candidate is a good thing, or why it makes you feel better about your candidate. Does it not at all make you wonder if maybe your candidate doesn't stand for the right things? If Dick Cheney is on the same side that she's on? Does it at all make you wonder that? I mean, I know the answer is no. But why not? Is it just because you're just a reactive and completely unreflective and non-thinking being who just runs with the herd, swims with the school of fish that you belong to. So when people calling themselves quote liberal or left swim a certain way, you just swim that same way with the rest of them, even if it's exactly the opposite direction of where you were all swimming uh just a few years ago. It really befuddles me. It's crazy. It's crazy. All right. That's all I'll say. It's not, so my commentary is not about, you'll notice, is not about the election. It's not about who's the better candidate. It's not about getting into the nitty gritty uh, of election punditry. It's just a crazy, insane thing to me. And I'd respond the same way if somebody said, well, look, Donald Trump must be right because even this person who I hate, who believes all these things that I despise, and who I have um, felt nothing but vitriol and disgust for, once it says he's going to vote for Donald Trump, then that must mean that Donald Trump is really, really correct. It would be just as weird going the other way, but it just seems to be a proclivity now that I mean, it seems to be a proclivity that there is just a lot of brain deadedness and unreflectiveness on among a certain group of people. That's my conclusion.